Mary. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here with you today, and happy Goddess Day. Happy Friday the 13th. This is one of my very favorite days to celebrate the goddess. Friday is the day of the goddess all the time. So every Friday, it's always a great idea to honor yourself, to honor the divine feminine within you, and to take some time to really reflect on what you need and to honor that and to provide that for yourself. And then when we have a 13 thrown in there, it's even more potent. And so this is a really great day to do energy work, ritual work, and that is exactly what we are going to do here today. Hi everyone, I'm so glad to see you all joining and to be here. So just a little bit about this day in case you missed my posts or any of the other posts that are coming through. And this day goes back, the veneration of the goddess on Fridays, and especially Friday the 13th, goes back to pre-patriarchal times when the goddess was worshipped on Fridays. That was the day that she was honored. That was the day that women really tapped into her. And then when it was on the 13th, it was very, very powerful, especially powerful because 13 is a divine feminine number, which is why we even see today in a lot of Wiccan circles, 13 being the number of the coven, the group. I'm like totally lost the coven. That word like went away for a minute. And so the 13, it's 13 because there are 13 moon cycles there, which means there are 13 menstrual cycles within a year. It is the number of blood, and blood is sacred in the divine feminine. And it is, the menstrual cycle was sacred. It was known as wise blood going way back. And wise blood was the element that, that brought about like the fertility. It connected women to the divine, to the goddess. It was how when women bled, they were in their power. They were perceived or were more psychic, more in touch. They would channel, they would do all of this stuff. And so 13 and blood, having that correlation is a really powerful activation of that divine feminine energy within you. And, what happened was the patriarchy came into power, and the patriarchy, in order to be in power, had to eradicate the older traditions. They had to eradicate the belief system, right? They had to override it. And so they did that by usurping traditions. They did it by gaslighting, by propagandizing. I mean, a lot of the myths, the myths that we have today from Homer and Hesiod are really propaganda. It was a way of propagandizing a new belief system. So when the patriarchy came into power, they had to take from the feminine the things that were the most powerful, like the symbol of the snake. They had to take, which is a symbol of the divine feminine. They had to destroy it. They had to vilify it. And so they made it what enticed Eve to cause a downfall of mankind. But with the number 13, with Friday, they changed a lot of the story, they incorporated into stories ways in which Friday was a very terrible day. So it was the day that Eve ate the fruit. It was the day that Adam was kicked out of paradise. It was the day that Adam died. It was the day he was cremated. And it was also the day that Jesus was crucified. And then if we take into consideration as well that Judas was the 13th apostle to show up at dinner. And also there's a story in Norse mythology that's very similar, where Loki was the 13th to show up to a dinner, and he was the mischievous god that wreaked sort of havoc, and he ended up destroying the party and upsetting the balance of the 12. And so we see how in different cultures, even 13 was shifted to, in order to take power away from the feminine specifically. Now, what's so interesting is I found this bit of information on the History Channel's website, and it is that researchers estimate that in the United States alone, right, up to 10% of people are afraid of the number 13. They have like a real fear. And it's called, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to pronounce this. I'm going to do my best. Perskevidecatriophobia, which means fear of Friday the 13th. and that over the course of a year, the 13th days and the Friday the 13th, whether there's one or two in the year, create a loss of about $800 million in the United States alone. So, wow, right? So for me, you know, ever since I discovered this, like several years ago, I've been celebrating this, I don't know, for a good while now. Part of doing something sacred where we're coming together like this, and thank you all for being here, whether you're watching now or later, thank you for being here, because when we come together and we connect with one another and we remember our divine feminine power, when we remember our connection to the goddess, when we can remember our connection to source, and when we can tap into that power of the number 13, well, we shift something within us, and we shift something within the collective. And this is a really powerful way for us to remember who we are. It connects us into the ancestral lineage, into the power of the ancestral lineage going way back, right? And it connects us into the wisdom of who we are. We are divine, you know, goddess incarnate. We are the goddess here on earth. And this is an opportunity for us to remember. And anytime we come into circle and celebrate our connection to divine feminine, we do that. And when we do it on days that have been taken from us, it's even more powerful, right? So we're going to do a little energy work here together as a group. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to create an amplified field. And this amplified field, we are going to place in it, each of us, an intention, something that you want to have blessed, something that you want to manifest, a prayer, anything you want to put in there for the goddess, for spirit, source energy to work on. We're going to drop it into the field. But before we do that, we're also going to do a little clearing. So this day is also, and the number 13 are also connected to, which is a very divine feminine field or energy connection, is the process of death and rebirth. So before we do that, we're also going to cleanse something that needs to go. Because when we clear something, when we release something, when we allow something to go, to die, to shed, right? The power of the snake again, we create the space for something new to come in. All right. So as we get started, just take a moment here to tap into what it is that you desire, like what your intention is that you're going to work with here, what the blessing is that you want, what your prayer is. It can be for you. It can be a prayer for somebody else. Just remember that that everybody has free will, right? So you're the only person that you have your own free will for. Right? So, yes, you can drop more than one thing into the field if you want. You can put all. We're going to really intentionally work with one thing, but you can put as much into it as you want. So, and if you feel like dropping that into the comments and sharing it, go right ahead. And we can really hold the container for one another of this possibility for co-creation with the goddess, which we're doing all the time, right? We're always co-creating, always. But what happens is that a lot of times we're co-creating by default. And when we co-create by default, it's not always what we might really want. It's operating on the subconscious a lot of the time. The subconscious may be in conflict with the conscious. So really working here with the intention of like, what is it that I truly desire? What is it that I truly want to co-create with the goddess? Knowing that we're dropping it into this field today, we're doing energy work to amplify it. And then we are going to, sorry, I'm still a little new at Instagram Live. And then we're going to really work with it to create a space where it begins its process of manifestation so that you can continue to work with it. Okay, so we're going to do this with our eyes closed. So obviously, if you're driving, I want you to pause and come back later with this. I mean, you don't have to, I mean, I guess you don't, but if you could just kind of throw it into the field and just, pay attention to what you're doing. Don't do the meditation part with us. You can still drop it into the field and then come back later if you want to put some extra meditational juice, because the more engaged you are with it, the more energetically engaged you are with this, the more powerful that it's going to be for you. All right, so go ahead and close your eyes. And just to start by however it feels right for you. I am using, frequencies of healing and amplification. I'm connecting into spirit and I'm channeling frequencies to create this field. And so I'm creating a container that is the field of our intentions and the field of our intentions as they come into fruition. So I'm creating a field, and if you would like, you are more than welcome to contribute to this field. You do not have to be an energy healer or worker to do this. You can just hold your hands up or open your heart chakra with the intention of allowing energy to flow into this field so that we can amplify it together. Again, if you're doing this now or if you're doing it later, it works just the same. And just allowing us here initially to really bring a beautiful flow of energy into this container. And as we set up the container, I'm going to take a moment to thank two goddesses, Freya and Venus, for being here with us today. Freya and Venus are both linked to this day. Freya is where Friday comes from. Venus is where the word for Friday in the Romance languages comes from. And so thanking them for being here with us, for working with us, for holding this space with us, and for bringing their love here to share it with us, to hold us within their loving embrace as we work with them here. You may be feeling the field, and you may not, and that's okay too. There's no right or wrong here. The field is created, and the field is very, very potent. It's very fertile, right? So 13 is a number of fertility as well. And this field is very connected to the energy of the number 13. Okay, good. And we're going to start here by tapping into what needs to be released. And so taking a moment here to tune into an energy point just above your crown chakra. Now, your higher self is all around you. Your higher self is a part of you. You are a part of it. But we're going to use a reference point for it. And so just imagining a point just above your head that is going to be the symbolic manifestation of your higher self. And imagine your crown chakra opening up, getting nice and big. And your higher self here is going to share information with you about what wants to be released. This might be a limiting belief, a defense mechanism, some way that you've been sabotaging yourself. And so just imagining your higher self has that information, and your higher self knows everything about you. Your higher self has that information, and just imagine that it's in that point of light. And that point of light is now dropping down into your crown and into your conscious awareness, just revealing to you what it is that wants to be cleared, what wants to be shed. Now, you may get a very clear response. And if you don't feel like you're getting anything, that is okay. Know that your higher self still knows exactly what it is. And just imagine now that you're taking the energy of that, and right in the middle of this field that we've just created, right in the middle of this field, there is a cauldron. A beautiful, beautiful goddess, witchy goddess cauldron. And within this cauldron is a beautiful, beautiful flame. And this flame is a flame of transmutation. This flame is going to take that which you desire to release and it's going to burn it. It's going to transmute it. So whenever you're ready, just imagine that you're taking that thing. You might perceive it as something symbolic, or you might just take the energy of it and throw it into that cauldron and throw it into that flame and thank the goddess for supporting you in the transmutation of that energy. Now, this energy might transmute immediately for you if that is what is right and good for you. And it may take a little longer. So just notice that whatever it is that's releasing, it may release a little bit over time. You may be asked to consciously work with the release of it, but know that it is already transmuting. It is already transmuting. It is already transmuting. Beautiful. And now we see that cauldron of fire just fade away. And working with the element of air now, bring your attention into your consciousness. Bring it into your consciousness. And then again, place the energy of that intention or that which you desire to be blessed, your prayer, place it right into the field. Handing it over to the goddess, putting it on the goddess's to-do list, knowing that she is going to be supporting you in the manifestation of it. And imagining that it's there now, that this intention of yours is sitting there right in the field. And imagine now that the field is filling up with the element of water, the element of the emotions. And allow yourself here to feel, to emotionally connect to the manifestation of this intention. Allow yourself to feel the joy of it. You might even feel a challenge or two that you have to overcome as you prepare yourself to be this bigger version of yourself, as you prepare yourself for this evolution. And just imagine all of it. Imagine anything that comes up for you. Feel it, feel it, feel it as this manifestation takes hold within your energy field. Energy does not differentiate between different types of quote unquote reality. That which you feel here is already made manifest. It is already made manifest. As you feel it, it is made manifest. And you get to collapse the wave. You get to collapse the wave to see the fruits of it in the physical realm. So have some fun here with the emotions of it. Feeling it, feeling it, feeling it. And as you're feeling the joy of it, notice that the goddess has taken the seed of that intention and she's placed it into the earth, and some of that water is being used to fertilize it, to water it, to nourish it. That the goddess is placing her hands on it and fertilizing it with her love. And as it begins to sprout and grow, you just feel it. You feel the power of it. You feel it coming into fruition, manifesting for you. You might even be able to fully envision it as you feel it. Having a knowingness that it is already happening for you. Having a knowingness that what you are co-creating with the goddess is already making its way into the physical realm. All of this being held here within this field that has been created and is going to hold the energy of your intention until it is made manifest and even beyond. Your intention has this powerful field of energy working for it, for you. Take a moment of gratitude for that. Thanking the goddess for her support and knowing that you can just turn this over. that you can follow the holy action steps that are revealed to you as they are revealed to you. Knowing that you are co-creating with ease and grace. Bringing some gratitude into your own heart for taking the time to be here, the time to work with the goddess, the time to honor yourself on this day. And then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. And if anyone wants to share anything, I would love to hear how it was for you, what came through for you, what your intention is, what you are creating, or any questions too, if you have any questions about that. This is a really powerful field. I'm like hot and sweaty. I could feel it right when we started, just like so strong. And this field really will continue to work for you. Your intention is in it. It's being held in it. And it is working around the clock for you. So you can, make dinner, take a walk, go to sleep, make love, take a bath, and all the while your intention is cooking, right, in this giant field that we've just created with the goddess. And yeah, I mean, you're powerful. You are so powerful. And today's a day to remember that. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us, to do this with me, to do this with us, to do this in community. And you can come back to this. You can throw something else into the field if you want, if there's something at any point. The field's been created within the energy of today with the goddess. It holds all of the vibrational aspects of Friday the 13th and of this powerful collective energy that we have put into it. And it's here. It's here. So it's something you can revisit. If something else comes up, if you're like, oh, I want to work with this, it's here. It's here for you. And again, I would love to hear how it was for you. If you know somebody that you think would enjoy this, please share it with them. And Patty, beautifully powerful. Thank you. I so appreciate you bringing your energy here and sharing in this with us. And yeah, so I love you all so much, and I am so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful for your presence here, and I look forward to co-creating more with you. Oh, and when this stuff comes to fruition, let me know. I mean, you probably won't be able to find this post again, or maybe you will, but drop me a DM or an email, janet@janetRaptis.com, and let me know, like, what magic unfolded for you. This is very magical. Gwen, I'm so glad that it was powerful for you. Thank you for being here and sharing in this with us. Woman Redefined. I'm going to watch replay. Hope yes, I am. I am going to save. It will be on my wall, and thank you. And know too that even if you're watching the replay, your energy was with us when we created it, right? So even if you don't even know about this right now and you find out about this 2 days later and you decide you want to do it, your energy was here with us, powerfully co-creating with us. Late to the party. The party is ever present for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all so much. Sending you so much love, and enjoy the rest of your goddess day. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.